Alright, boys and girls, Sedgefield is the course this time. This is gonna be something else. We have a near hole-in-one. We have some more giant scores, some good shots mixed in there as well, and Sedgefield to thank for all of it. First impressions of Sedgefield is just it's got some small fairways. That's one. Hitting out of the rough a lot. Doing a lot of this 20 yards short from the rough, eating up the club just a little bit. Not that there's a literal club, but you can see the distances will get docked depending on flight and the rough circumstances and blah blah blah. Par to start though, so far so good. That looked like a decent swing as well. But finds the rough, and then look at all this weird out of bounds everywhere. 156, and we're flirting with the edge of the water. That was going to be a flighted down 7-iron. I thought that would have been perfect if it was on the line. Almost a chip in birdie there, but back-to-back pars to start. So far so good. Here's the moment. 152. A good strike, great numbers. I look over and it bounces off the pin, and it was not going that fast. That should have went down for the first GSPRO hole-in-one, and it does not. Oh. And honestly, that derails the round. I obviously could not get that out of my head. And you can see mentally I start to implode just a little bit here. We still navigate Sedgefield just fine, but certainly scoring wise we don't recover from the near hole-in-one emotionally. End up 17 yards to the right on a bad approach shot, and then a bad chip right over the gimme circle to give that near hole-in-one right back. Sprayed to the right on the very next hole. Really favorable kick to get back in play. A bad layup. Leaves us about 108 though. And just never even gave it a chance. That's gonna sit 10 yards short. Another chip. That almost went down too. Imagine if there was 2 chip-ins in this one plus a near hole-in-one. Then we'd be in business. We're still a level par going to the 6th though. Interesting hole here. Decided to hit a soft driver, which I don't know what that is, but it worked out. It was a little spinny and sat up right where I wanted it to before the creek. 165 up the hill. I wasn't making good contact, and when I was, it was pull hooks, and I'm struggling with some of my mechanics at the moment and some of my weight balance stuff. I've been working a little bit, probably too much on feels and takeaway feels and foot pressure feels, and I don't think it's helping. I just need to hit the ball forward, like stop thinking so much. Here, trying to dial in 40 yards and hit it 70, and then trying to dial in 30 yards and hit it 60, and barely went almost in the water. This is a par 3, by the way, and I throw a little tantrum there on that one as well because I knew I scolded it, and that's a triple bogey. So not a quadruple, which if you've been watching the channel, the quads have been pretty on there. This one, you can't hit it closer to the water without going in. It's on this crazy side hill lie. I hit a chunk gross shot anyway. Which leaves us 36 And again, distance control just horrendous. Horrendous. So to +4 to +6. And I don't have high hopes for the next hole if those are our two latest grabs here. And of course, to the left. Trying to hit it out, it goes 6 yards. And then trying to hit it 117, and it goes nowhere. And so you can see previous shot outcome, 80% distance and 50% spin. So it killed my spin and then hit a 80% knuckleball. And then there I go over the gimme circle and +8 before the turn. We were cruising with a near hole-in-one. Now we're +8 before the turn. Scoring is never really something I pay attention to, but I just like to be more consistent with my contact and my swing, and it's just not happening at the moment. I did have a little back thing going on where I just wasn't feeling totally loose, but mostly it's just mechanical and not feeling confident that when you add speed to the swing that it still hits the ball in the center of the club. So it's like some of the wedges and some of the shorter shots, I feel much better giving it a good go and getting the face on the line. But I mean, what the hell swing was that? Just looking at it, it's like standing still and no movement, and there's just something mechanically going on. That looked a little better. 90 yards, trying to get 90. And we get a little side spin. Ooh, alright. A par. I wish that was for birdie, but we had to chunk it out of the woods. Trying to hit a 196 shot here, and not even close, guys. So, getting really bad contact on swings where, quote unquote, I'm trying to swing harder, and really, I just need to get the timing down, get the rhythm down, move body a little more, use the ground a little more. Certainly making contact with the club face, unlike I did there, would also be acceptable. It's a par 4, so we're now laying up, trying to give ourselves a shot in at 137. It actually looked pretty good. Lands right on the number, just a little bit to the right, so I'm actually okay with that, besides the bad drive. That almost looked like a real drive again. On a long par 4, giving it a go up the right side, 180 remaining. And just completely butchered the approach. I probably need to go to one of the par 3 courses or just pick a par 3 tees and really work on approach shots, and then go to the range and really work on hitting driver. Those are my next two ventures, I think. Par 5 15th, and you cannot drop it in the water better than this. Right in the center. Smallest creek in the world, right in the center. Now a layup that almost goes in a lake. So really testing the waters on this hole. 4th shot, par 5. And of course it's long. So now having to chip. Luckily it rolls in that gimme circle and we can move out of that one with just a bogey. Really cool par 3 here, a little bridge. That's a nice tight draw, I like that shot. And that is just so brutal. It's got to stay in there to be a birdie, and it rolls out at 1 mile an hour. What a dumb pin placement. 2-putt par, 17th hole. Actually seen a few good swings here and there. That's not one of them. That's a little slider to the right. Gonna have to hit something weird around this tree. And not even close. third shot. This would be amazing if it went in this gimme circle. And how cruel has that round been? Out of the gimme circle by a couple inches. Bogey plus 11. 18th hole. Would really like to end on a birdie, but we're flirting with the left trees. We probably have a good layup chance here. Oh gosh. 210. I barely cover the creek. 75 left. Would love to end on a birdie. And it just goes too long. Par on the last. Plus 11 for the day. Sedgefield nearly gave us a hole-in-one, but in the end gave us quite a bit over par with 3 sixes in a row. Ouch. Make sure you check out some more courses in the playlists and subscribe to see the new ones coming up.